Hello, y'all. This is Jackie again, here to do a video about shadows again. So it seems to me, well, what the video is going to be about is about our shadows and how we can watch them on display by watching how people interact with us and how, hold on, and most of all, about the people in our lives who are karmic in nature as far as our purpose and our spiritual maturity development is concerned, and how it is that it seems that the people that we love the most, or those who are consequently closer to us, are the ones who hold the keys to our most strongest triggers. So obviously, the ones who are closer to you, who you love the most, or who are seemingly the ones who you are supposed to be the closest with, when those relationships are strained, it's obviously, to me, the reason is because it's a karmic situation. Karmic meaning, from my perspective, something causing your inner issues or inner wounds to be triggered. And our wounds are triggered in any scenario because it's a wound. And all wounds, or you should want your wounds to be healed so that you can walk through life more comfortably and more freely. Now, when we find our family members and our friends or our loved ones or whoever being the ones who aggravate us the most, sometimes it is them, but always remember that all things that you um, attract in your life is based off of how you are internally, and how you internalize life, and how you know the things that you do in reaction to what it is that you're experiencing, how you internalize that and then externalize it through your actions, and is that in balance. And that's kind of how we get past these karmic situations, is by finding our own inner balance. Because it's like, if a person was to come and trigger you verbally or emotionally through words, and hit you with those spiritual darks in your ego, or whatever the case may be, um, only that person, based on how you feel about them, would have that level of strength behind the dart that they're shooting into your ego. So that is the reason why they are in our life, because by us living this human experience, it's kind of hard for us to determine what actually is happening spiritually when we're living in the 3D. But once you tap into another perspective on how to view life, then you can start observing yourself, by observing how, I'll just say, you can observe yourself through others. But that's not a, just that saying that sentence on the surface is not enough when I'm trying, as to what I'm actually trying to explain. You can observe yourself through others from the perspective of, I'm looking at how this individual, how the situation happened, or how this person is treating me, knowing that somewhere inside I created the outcome. I created the scenario internally, so because we live in a world of, we are the creators of this realm. And if we're the creators of this realm, that means that we know we created even the trees in some form or fashion on down the line, from an accumulation of our spirits coming together, and whatever the case. But in our mundane lives, with that principle right there, we have to know that some way, somehow, everything that we experience, even the fact that I'm looking in the camera and I see a crack on the screen, that somewhere was internalized, whether it be petty or big or whatever. Your inner intuition will let you know just how vital some things are, and how some things are not that important. But when something triggers you, that's something that's very vital. That's how you can tell what's vital. Your emotional reaction, not your external reaction, your emotional reaction more than anything. Now, your external reaction will begin to be tamed based on the amount of healing that you do, but you still have, it's a process. So even if you have learned to tame your external reaction, if you still find yourself internally bothered by certain things, that means there's still a little scab on that wound. It ain't healed completely up yet, but that ain't the point. So the people in our lives, count it all joy, count it a blessing in disguise. How some of the people in our lives trigger us the most. And through the love that we have for them, we have to walk a tightrope line between holding them, honoring them, and honoring ourselves. And it's hard to find that middle ground personally when you don't completely honor everything about yourself, thus making you not necessarily understand how or what to honor about the next person. Long story short, because you know me, I'm gonna cut this short. The people in our lives, don't stop putting the mirror. Stop looking at the person on the outside, no matter how the situation is, because you go within yourself. We're not telling somebody else to judge you and to count your hardships as, oh, fuck, it's all good. You need to learn from it. No, I'm talking about you personally dealing with yourself and going inside of whatever that trigger is, whatever that scenario is that bothered you, whatever that cringe moment was, and figuring out internally what's wrong. So therefore you would have to point the mirror at yourself. You would have to, it's kind of like an inverted mirror, like one of those undeveloped photos where you can see the shadows of where the light would be and the light where the shadows would be. And if you can gain that type of perspective just from life in general, that'll help. That's the key right there, really. So, but if you could gain that type of perspective, it'll be shown to you much clearly what it is that you are, what your actual issue really is. Your issue in life, because we all have them unless we've done a lot of work. And even then, still, this work is a non-ending, lifelong, even after this life type of journey. Probably infinite. I don't fucking know. Yeah, of course it's infinite, because all things, nothing stays the same but change. So this is something that we can never perfect. So never think that you have made it to your precipice of awareness. No, you can't. Not in this lifetime, especially. Not in no lifetime, but especially not in this lifetime. So never get that big head to think that you have gained something that another person, by them being at obviously a lower awareness of certain things, that they don't have any value. And in other words, how they are triggering you is because of them. No, look at the things that they are triggering inside of you and turn it into a blessing, so that everything will serve a purpose at the end of the day. Anyways, I'm going to stop it right there. I hope that was enough. Bye.